the Warriors had an opportunity to close it out. And we were talking earlier, kind of in the break, about what the Clippers had to do with Kawhi's knee and talking about Luke Kennard and his shoulder. What I think we cannot underestimate the value that De'Aaron Fox is having right now.
Yeah.
He is clearly hampered, right? He's not shooting from the outside. The furthest he's shooting everything under the free throw line, and when he does shoot from the outside, it's duck, because good luck. It's coming off. It's coming off pretty tough, but it's something that we've spoken about before. The benefit of having your best player out there, because the defense does not know exactly what they need to do about it, and it's something like Malik Monk does not cook the way he does in the fourth quarter if De'Aaron Fox is on the bench. I'm sorry.
Nope, not at all. I like to call it the Terrell Davis effect, and we referenced this before Super Bowl against the Packers. Everybody's seeing the Inside the NFL where you can hear the coaches and players, and he's trying to, coach is trying to put him in the game, and he goes, I can't see. He goes, it doesn't matter. We're not running the ball. But if you're not on the field, they will never believe we're running the ball. So you got to go into the game. And he was having migraines and couldn't see. And Shanahan's like, dude, it's the Super Bowl. You got to go in. So I'm with you on that. I totally agree with that. You have to have your best guys on the court, because it makes everything else just flow more honestly, and it keeps the opposing team honest and defense honest. If they're off the floor, I already know you're hurting. I already know you're at a disadvantage. So last night watching Monk go off, man, was just bananas. But we know he can do it. We know he's got it in him. And Fox is, I've always still kind of been on the fence about Fox, and I will officially say now, no matter what happens tomorrow in Game 7, De'Aaron Fox has won me over. I was always 50-50 on him in Kentucky. I thought nice player, good player, could be a great guard, but can you win with this kid? Like, is his style winnable? And he was the most clutch player in the fourth quarter. And this series, like you said, when he's out there, when he takes that mid-range jumpy you talking about, I always think it's going in. I haven't seen him miss it a lot. And even when the defense has been right there, like fingertip to fingertip, he's just got great touch, great range. He judges the distance really well for that mid-range jumper, which a lot of players don't do today, because it's either a layup, dunk, or three-point shooting league now in the NBA. So when guys shoot the mid-range like the Phoenix Suns, you just always think they're going in. So De'Aaron Fox has won me over. He's played great, man. And he almost got thrown out the other night. If you're the ref, do you call that tech? The one where he waited, because we've seen that call for attack.
I think it's hard without knowing exactly what his vocabulary was.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's call the effing foul, I'm good, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I need to get thrown out for that.
Not that one. Not that one. He got the tech for call the effing foul.
But see, that's I think that one there was a bit reactionary. The first one to me was a bit much.
Okay.
And if you're going to give a guy a short leash on the first one, it's like Draymond has said in the past. You get one, you get a little bit more carte blanche to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't think you can throw him out of a game like that when his first tech was so soft.
You saw the ref look when they showed the replay. He went to grab his whistle and then was like, and then during the free throws, I love the fact that the ref went over and talked to him. Was like, listen. ABC, XYZ, yada, yada, yada. You good? All right. Next time, though, I just thought that the ref did a good job of, okay, if I do call a second tech, I throw this guy into this tight, great game going on right now, and I don't want the story to be about me. But Fox, I'm on one with you, man. Fox is one of you over. Got to have your best players out there.
And, the other, even when he's going to the rim, he's clearly hampered. Like, you can see it looks different if you watch this team all year.
He has a broken finger.
I'm not trying to say it shouldn't.
No, I'm not saying it's little. You got a broken finger, that hurts.
But it just goes to show you, and I think especially when I'll say the quiet part out loud, your second best player is not guarded from 15 feet out, and he's supposed to be like your leading assist guy. Like, the only really period in this series to me that De'Aaron Fox has not, I don't want to say match Steph Curry, because Steph Curry to me is the reason why the Warriors are still in this thing.
Absolutely.
Right? Steph Curry
this series would have been over.
And Kevon Looney. Them two are the number.
Looney's balling.
It's Steph shooting and then Looney rebounding.
Yeah.
Like, those are the two reasons why I think Golden State was even to get 3 in this series, because I had the Kings in the 6. I didn't expect Kevon Looney to get 25 rebounds a game. Right? But De'Aaron Fox was matching Steph, and these Kings are matching the Warriors going. And Steve Kerr said it last night. What do you need to change this momentum? Well, we need 3 stops in a row. They never got it.
Exactly.
They never got it.
And a
lot of that is the steadying force of De'Aaron Fox. And it's hard to, and especially you can't discounted when the leading assist guy on the team, Sabonis, went from 8 assists a game to 4 assists a game. And really the only, 6-7 minute period in which Fox played poorly was the game in which he broke his finger.
Not only that, with Golden State, we've seen this for like the last 4 or 5 years, they just get in these moods where they think they can flip a switch, and it's more mental. And Kerr talked about it last night when he said, I warned these guys. I did. I told them, don't go out here thinking that they're gonna roll over. You're gonna get their highest intensity, their highest passion, the hardest they've played in this series. They're gonna be loose. They're gonna be laid back because they don't have anything to lose, and they're on the road. It's just them, their bench, and that little section of fans behind the bench, the family members. That's it. Be aware. And the players from Golden State did not take heed to that. And you look at the scoring last night, Jordan Poole, come on, bro. You got to do better with 2 of 11, 2 of 12 or something like that. You got to do better than that, my man. You can't get outplayed by the bench guy dropping 31 on your brain like that. Seriously.
Yeah,
so,
Draymond, go knock some sense into him.
Yeah, just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. See, we haven't mentioned that in about 4 months, and here you go.
I'm sorry. I'm the one that predicted the Warriors to be out in the first round of the playoffs from before the season started.
We've been going at it for this year. So tomorrow, Game 7, baby. Here we go.
And NBA insider Mark Medina, he's been at crypto for the entire playoffs. The Memphis Grizzlies, they had a similar setup last night. They completely laid down as the Sacramento Kings. We'll ask him. Look, I know that Mark Medina would never, in all of his days, put out a performance like the Memphis Grizzlies did last night at crypto. I mean, what the hell was that?
Well, not only would I never put out a performance like that, but I also wouldn't duck. I wouldn't talk trash if I can't back it up, and if I did, I would face the music. I mean, just coward Bush League moves all across the board, and it explains why the Lakers and the Warriors kind of roll their eyes at them. They're a talented young team, but they got a lot of growing up to do.
Hey, Medina, let me ask you this real quick. I know the Knicks traded for Josh Hart. That made a huge deal in their first-round series. Obviously, the Lakers, their trade deadline has been much reported on and made a huge impact here. Are the Grizzlies aware that Luke Kennard is on the roster prior to Game 5? Did they know? Is there communication between the front office and Taylor Jenkins to let him know that Dylan Brooks? I get Stone Cold Dylan Brooks is here, but the guy who leads the NBA in three-point percentage is on the bench.
Yeah, no, they were aware. I mean, obviously he missed Game 6 because he had a shoulder injury. But, yeah, they were aware. But I think, here's what the thought process was. He wasn't playing as many minutes as ideally because they don't view him as, a positive defensive presence. So I think that they're weighing the fact that as much as they'd like Luke Kennard three-pointers, they can still get some offensive production elsewhere from deep or, attacking the basket for some of their other guys where defensively they left him exposed. But, yeah, they really missed him in Game 6, and that was injury-related. But,
right.
Man, they couldn't shoot a ball out into the ocean if they could have.
My man, Mark Medina, before I get to my question, I just want to tell you, man, I'm proud of you, brother, the way you've bounced back and the way I've seen you on local television here in L.A. You're at every Laker game. You're doing a bunch of great stuff on Twitter, man. So I want to tell you I'm happy and I'm proud for you, brother, the way you bounced back.
I appreciate you,
no
man.
doubt. No doubt. I mean that, man.
I'm staying in the thick of it. I'm covering the NBA.
I know. You're doing your thing, man. So let's get to Game 7 tomorrow, baby. I've been telling you guys for months, if I was a team that can get me a road win, I think it's the champion Golden State Warriors. They did that for me. They got to go do it again. Remember when the series started, I told you I put 100 on the plus 540. Warriors in 7. What happens tomorrow? And it's not called Arco. I don't care what it's called now. I'm sure you know what it is. But what happens in Game 7 tomorrow? Am I cashing in? Am I taking my kids for some extra lunches out this weekend? Or what, buddy? Talk to me.
I don't know, man. I mean, the Warriors right now, they're almost one of those things that if you put your chips in, you could either walk away with a brand new house or walk away completely broke.
Yeah.
Did you, in the heart of hearts, did you ever see that they would just wet the bed Game 6 at Chase Center with a chance to close out? I certainly did.
If I may, Mark Medina, yes, Martin Weiss did see this coming. Anyway,
you saw it
go
coming.
ahead.
Come on.
No, I'm being honest. I did not think the team with 12 road wins at this point on the calendar in the NBA. Mark, they had 2 take fouls in that game, in the game that they won. 2 different possessions in the fourth quarter. They're giving the Kings the ball back. They turn the ball over like they're the Pistons. This team is not that good. I know
Yeah.
it might sound crazy, but they just do. I'll say it like this: to be such a good team, they do a lot of things that bad teams do.
Well, I think the tough combination with the Warriors is that they have a lot of youth and inexperience and symptoms of bad teams, but then they still have
True.
kind of the championship arrogance. And so I think that Game 6, it was a combination of both those things where they felt like, you know what, we can afford to play another game, but we're also not good enough to have that attitude. And I'm very mixed moving forward about Game 7. Like, one, they haven't had a great road record, even though they won Game 5, but it's one of those things that I wouldn't put it past that finally they prevail because they're at their best when they're challenged, but they don't have the same personnel as they did during the dynasty years. So I just remember, Game 7 against Houston, 2018 Western Conference Finals, they were down by double digits at halftime. In the first half, the Warriors were treating the game like it was a regular season game in February. And now they decide, you know what, let's flip the switch. And, it helped that the Rockets missed 27 consecutive threes, but also highlighted that the Warriors, when they feel their backs are truly against the wall, that's when they'll start playing their best basketball. So I could see them doing that to win a 7-game series. The problem is they have a lot of youth that just haven't been consistent this year, most notably Jordan Poole.
Mark, part 2 of that for me, man. Give me a guy tomorrow that Monday when we wake up, we're going to say, man, aren't the Kings or the Warriors so glad they had that guy play like that last night?
I think ultimately the Warriors actually win this game. It's going to be tough. I think the other thing is De'Aaron Fox's finger injury. You wonder, will that play a factor? So to answer your question, I think it's going to be the easiest answer. Thank God the Warriors have Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Get ready for 45-point type performance like he did in Boston, where it's like, no playing around. I'm going to carry the team. I'm playing heavy minutes. It's about getting out of the way and letting me shoot. I think we're in it for Steph to just go balls out.
All right, so the last thing I'll say on that, Mark, I know you vote and all this. If you vote a guy who they leave wide open from 15 feet, an all-star, we and you were going to have to talk. Sabonis needs to be able to shoot that free throw line jumper, but that's enough on that series. I want to ask you this. So how long is it until Mike Budenholzer gets fired? Because, he was watching the last 2 games of that Miami-Milwaukee series on his couch just like I was, not calling timeout. Now, I get it. Giannis did a whole lot of stuff in terms of missing, not getting the free throws, and it was terrible, terrible, terrible down the stretch. But when Grayson Allen's got the ball with 2 seconds left and your series is on the line, your season's on the line, you don't timeout, Mark, timeout.
I agree with you. He did not coach the series well, but to answer your question, I don't think he's leaving anywhere. I think that if he didn't have equity already built with winning a championship, having playoff success prior years, maybe that wouldn't be a conversation. But I think that they're just viewing it in the grand scheme of things that as much as they underachieved, they'll bounce back next season. And I think that they're also mindful of extenuating circumstances. Lakers coach Darvin Ham was saying before the game yesterday, he used to be an assistant with the Bucks and knows Budenholzer well. He was revealing that he was going through a lot of personal issues with losing his brother recently. So you don't want to take those things lightly. And no doubt, look, people are judged by their results. I think in any workplace situation, a lot of employers, including NBA teams, they take those things into account. But even if he wasn't going through any sort of personal tragedies, I would have been surprised if the Bucks let him go just because he had built some equity already. Again, if the Bucks hadn't had recent success, yes, you'd show him the door. But here, I think they're giving him a mulligan.